My God. I can't believe this. It can't be happening. She was... I was... Stellar!
Game loves to chuck in the references.
It's hard to believe that this is the Hollow Suite. The setting is much like the graphics you've scanned in the library from those planets more interesting in their climatic diversity. From the scenic jutting peaks, soft hills, and lake in the conjured distance to the lush, pixelized growth of trees, flowers, and grass in the foreground, the holodeck has that sublime park-like perfection. Unfortunately, its serene beauty is sadly negated by the headstones and the solemn event about to occur, the laying to rest of your rescuer and true friend, Stellar Santiago.
Oh, Stellar.
You are feeling as you have never felt before, perhaps helped along by the relatively short stints aboard the various ships, as well as all too brief friendships. You've been spared the emotional devastation of true loss by lack of attachment. This, however, is a different feeling. Far different from anything you've ever experienced. You can't help but wonder how you'd act towards Stellar given a second chance. But you know that can never happen. She gave her life for you, and you will never be able to thank her. Enough smarm already. Let's funeral!
I was about to say this game's just got dark, but nope.
We assembled
Ended
here
around.
today to honor the memory of a former crewmate, Lieutenant First Class Stellar Santiago. Her unfortunate death takes place in the shadow of a new community, the dawning of a new life for the aged of our galaxy. Although death is never easy to accept, we must remember that the tragic accident which took her from our midst occurred while she was on duty. If a member of Starcon must perish for some reason, there is no more honorable way. It is part of the oath we recite and take to heart when we pledge our allegiance. I believe her friend, Janitor Second Class Roger Wilco, has a few words he'd like to say. Mr. Wilco?
I do indeed. Don't cry, Roger. Okay. Alright, so gotta read out you googly here.
I only knew Stellar for a short time. I wish I, could have gotten to know her much better. To have had a deeper understanding of this, person. I was proud to have called friend. Of my friend, I can only say this. Of all the souls I have encountered in my cleaning, hers were the most scuff-resistant.
Such a touching speech. Am I playing the GOG version? Yeah, this is the GOG version. I do actually still have my original discs, and I did manage to make a copy of the data on them. So I've actually still got the originals too, but they don't really run as well, because I think the data was starting to get a bit hard to read on the disc. So a lot of the cinematics and that will kind of just get stuck. Alright, so the touching moment.
That's your relatively pathetic eulogy for Stellar.
A little bit pathetic, I must admit. Alright, so, well, that funeral's over. Guess we'll go back to our quarters. Still have the strategy guide. Wow, that's pretty impressive. Especially having the original disc as well. But yeah, they're really good games. I think this one and number 4 are my favorite in the series. They're the only two in the series that actually have the spoken dialogue. All the other ones are text-based. Well, there's not much to do here. We've already had a look around, but we will check our messages, see if anyone loves us.
Wow, a message for me. I must be getting popular. I wonder what it is.
Roger, help me. I only have a moment. They faked.
Stellar, what happened? The picture's gone. You're alive?
What? Stella's alive? Oh my lord. What a development. Well, I guess we better tell someone about that. Because that don't seem good. Something dodgy's going on here. Better tell the captain.
Commander Kilbasa, you're going to think I'm crazy, but I've just received a distress message on my compost. And it was from Stellar.
Wilco, have you been whiffing cleaning fluid again?
I'm absolutely as sane as I've ever been. She's being held on Delta Berxilon by Sharpay.
Wilco, do you realize how irrational that sounds? We buried Stellar. You were there. Maybe you need a rest. Take a couple of hours off.
Sir.
Wilco, we have our orders from Starcon and we'll be carrying them out. Drop it, Janitor. Leave the bridge now, Wilco. I've made my decision.
Damn, ain't getting any help from him. So I can't 100% remember what we're supposed to do from this point. So we'll just have a little look around again.
This world's a great big ball of dirt with 50 billion souls.
This is the weird theme song I was talking about earlier.
And veg down in the dark like moles. But me, I'm just the kind of girl who loves the open air. And bits of unburned hydrocarbons blowing through my hair. New soil and clear, at last it's here with clearly better taste. Less people too, like me and you, and less reprocessed waste. More hearty crunch for snacks or lunch, it's crystal clear to see. New soil and clear, the last frontier for folks like you and me. New soil and clear, clearly less people, clearly more taste.
Clearly less people, clearly more taste. That's a bit of a reference there to Soylent Green. Soylent Clear. Yes, yay for Soylent Clear. It's a pretty intense theme song. Kind of weird that they've like went to the trouble of producing that song and then it's not even like that apparent in the game. Kind of hidden. Okay, so there's not much to do here. We'll have a look around elsewhere. What do we got? 8 rear. So that's the kind of like the food area. Go check that out again. Who's this guy? He's new.
It's your old non-organic friend, Circuit Sydney.
Oh, Circuit Sydney. My friend. Have a chat to Circuit Sydney.
Hello, Roger. Please join me in consuming something.
Thanks, Sydney.
You seem uptight.
Say what? Upright? What are you talking about, Sydney?
Uptight was the word. Perhaps that is too archaic a reference for you. It would have been more effective to say that you seem concerned.
Oh, yeah. I do have a thing or two. Well, at least something on my mind.
I am sorry to hear this. I hope your concerns are soon alleviated.
I hope so too, Sydney.
Thanks, Sid. I do have to come up with some solutions.
Well, cheers, Sydney. Thanks for the chat. I don't think we can do anything else here.
Don't pick at it, you'll only make it worse.
Okay. I might save actually, real quick. In case there's another crash we don't want. Where else can we go? The Hollow Cabana. So we can go there, but we do need to find a code to use first before we can do anything there. So we'll go to that one later. Roger's quarters we've been to. Shuttle Bay entrance we couldn't get to because it's blocked. Go check that out, actually.
Magnum Opus belongs to an elite Starcon fighting forces called the Flying Flingers, FF for short.
Flying Flingers. Okay.
That's Chesbro, one of the Shuttle Bay guards.
Good old Chesbro. Can we talk to these guys?
Magnum doesn't talk. He fancies himself to be like one of those Buckingham Palace types.
Sucks they never made another Space Quest 7. Yeah, I know, it's a bit of a shame. They were working on it, but...
You consider saying hi until you remember how dedicated he is to his job, and you wouldn't want him to get in trouble for slacking off while on duty.
I think they had some, like, internal issues with development. So it's a bit of a shame. It's weird, because there's been, like, a few... there's been a few attempts to make like a fan-based one and to kind of like revive the game, but they never seem to take off for some reason. It must just be like cursed or something. Kind of weird.
Don't touch that. We don't know where you've been.
I want a donut though. Maybe I can put my mouth on them.
You get a jump on senility by mumbling to yourself.
But the guys who developed, well, the guys who developed the Space Quest series, can't actually remember their names off the top of my head, but they're referred to as the two guys from Andromeda, and they're actually working on an original game together at the moment. I think they're doing a Kickstarter for it. It's called... what the hell's it called? Got a very similar name to this series. You can probably find it if you search for like two guys from Andromeda. But yeah, they're kind of developing that at the moment. Space Venture, that's the one. Thank you for that, Princess Rika. Yeah, I mean, I don't think they've released a lot of footage from the actual gameplay, but I'm assuming it will be pretty good. It's funny because the main character is a janitor as well. So I'm assuming it's going to be pretty faithful to like the Space Quest series. So I'm kind of keen to see how that goes. We'll check out the sick bay. I have a feeling we have to do something at the shuttle bay though. But yeah, the Space Venture one's been in development for quite a while as well, actually.
He ignores you. What did you expect him to do? He helped you, and it's time for you to move along. We have adventuring to do.
Trying to do adventuring.
Hey,
what
don't put your mouth on that.
Okay, we don't have much we can use here.
Pretty cool looking, huh?
I don't know if I'd call it cool looking. Interesting looking, maybe. Okay, what we actually need to do here is have a little search around. What do we got here? Communications menu. Communications offline due to short-sighted design work. When we resume service, you'll enjoy 20% savings whenever you send subspace transmissions to anyone on your Boars and mortal enemy list. Great. So what we have to do here is... what do we got? Hollow joints. We'll have a look at these. Hollow joint can recreate any environment for which a program exists. To start a program, enter the program number and press enter. Warning, all material in the hollow joint are made from Virtuplast, a virtual material that cannot exist outside of the hollow joint environment. Attempting to remove any Virtuplast items from the hollow joint environment will result in their immediate disintegration. So don't think you're going to go in there and conjure up something useful and then leave and expect it to still be in your inventory. Damn, that would have been handy. So food replicator. Food replicators are available in many ships locations. To use, enter the number of desired foodstuff. Menus are available in the seat pocket in front of you. If there is no seat pocket in front of you, try looking behind you. If If there is no seat pocket behind you, just hail the waiter and request one. If there is no waiter in sight, please wait and one will be with you shortly. We might be waiting a while. Science database. Current medical issues. Starcon HW Subdirective 4 W411923 recommends that humanoid lifeforms ingest no more than 10% of calories from fat. Therefore, Kung Pao chicken has been deprogrammed from the replicator menu list. Ah, damn it. I love me some Kung Pao chicken. Starcon would like to congratulate Dr. Beverage Crusher on her self-administered balloon angioplasty. This procedure uses a tiny inflatable balloon to compress a blockage against the side of a vessel. Self-administered congrats are in order to Scott Murphy for finally figuring out how to firmly wedge his head between his own cheeks. Okay, Scott Murphy is actually one of the two guys from Andromeda. Interesting. A little reference there. Okay, we'll go back to science database. Periodic table. Periodic table. Oh, the hell? Message 460-1038-16-3 not found. Okay, I think maybe my game's missing some stuff here. Because there is supposed to be something here from memory. I think it says like this table's not available, it is only available periodically or something. Cyber functions. Pursuant to Starcon R&R, Subdirective G145938, all access to cyberspace from Starcon vessels and officers is hereby terminated. We apologize for any inconvenience. Damn it. Cyberspace thing was kind of one of our leads that we were going to follow up, so that's not helpful. We'll have to try and access that from elsewhere. Okay, so we've got the entity database here, but there's a hell of a lot of entries in here. We've got DNA sequencing, which is what we've already used, so that's not any use to us. And known races, there's a hell of a lot of known races in here. I actually went through all of these in my playthrough of the Space Quest 6 demo, which I did yesterday. That's quite cool actually, because usually with a demo they'll give you like a snippet of the actual game to play through. But with the Space Quest 6 demo, they actually had like a complete standalone story for it. The set, I assume, was set slightly before this game. But yeah, I kind of went through all these in the demo, so I'm not going to do that again because it took a long time. So there is a couple of ones that we're actually looking for in here. Oops. Don't think it's... Stop it. I don't think it's any of these ones from memory. We have got Green Slime, Growl. There's a lot of references to older creatures from like the old Space Quest series in here. It's kind of weird, like they were kind of expecting to do more games after this one. Or, like they planned to do Space Quest 7 at least. But this one almost feels like kind of like a good tie-up to the series, apart from the fact that they ended on like an unfinished kind of like storyline. But like the fact that they've included like all the list of like older creatures in here, and then if you go to Roger's quarters, it's got like all the items from his older games like laying about and you can inspect them. It kind of almost feels like an ending to the series. Okay, keep looking through this list. Yeah, so you got like references to like the Latex Babes, which were from Space Quest 4, Labian Terror Beast, which was from like Space Quest 2, I think. But we're looking for a particular entry here. I think actually might be under 4. Okay, so number 4 here we want Vulgars. We'll have a read of that. The Vulgars are a peaceful race of brilliant and logical thinkers whose only real joy in life is to stride around the galaxy with superior attitudes and correct other people's grammar and spelling. Sound pleasant? They also enjoy designing outer space strategy simulation games. This makes them nearly as insufferable as university Okay, I struggled with that word last time and I'm struggling with it now. But not as well paid. Considering their placid and studious lifestyle, it is interesting to note that the Vulgars have developed an extremely practical martial arts technique called the Vulgar nerve pinch. This is a tactile oral maneuver in which the pincher pinches the bundle of nerve fibers at the base of the neck while whispering dialogue from either Tango and Cash or Hudson Hawk. This particular combination of stimuli results in a searing flash of pain and then unconsciousness, which can last for several hours. The technique is demonstrated in Hollow Joint Program 5551212. That's the code we want. So I'll write that down. Ooh, I don't think there's anything else we can get from in here. That's pretty much all we need. Like, you can get a lot of codes from in here for the Soylent machine, but you can't actually use them. A bit of a shame. I've actually got a whole bunch of them written down here from the demo, and there's like 10 or something, but you can only use like one. Okay, so...
You summon the ability to leave it alone.
Our next stop will be the Hollow Cabana to investigate this Vulgar nerve pinch technique. Alright, so we've got 5551212.
Welcome to Hollow Suite Program 5551212, the Vulgar nerve pinch. Despite our reputation for being pacifist, we Vulgars have developed an extremely practical martial arts technique used mainly for defensive purposes. It is called the Vulgar nerve pinch. This is a tactile oral maneuver in which the applier pinches the bundle of nerve fibers at the base of the neck while whispering into the victim's ear dialogue from either Tango and Cash or Hudson Hawk.
I'm assuming they're like
particular
Tango and Cash
combination
fans,
of nerve
because there's been a few
stimuli
Tango and
and
Cash
loss
references
of
so
cerebral
far.
control due to the torturous mantra of movie dialogue results in a searing flash of pain and then unconsciousness. In effect, it is similar to a temporary orally induced robotomy. Victims are soon rendered unconscious for several hours. When they awaken, they will remember nothing of how they came to be unconscious, if they are extremely lucky. I shall demonstrate on my most eager volunteer.
Young people won't understand it yet.
You will please to pay attention.
I'm only vaguely familiar with Tango and Cash, to be honest.
Address the subject in this manner. Please to notice the location of my hand as I begin the narcotic chant of cinematic morphine.
He mutters something thankfully unintelligible into the ear of the volunteer.
Oh, Tango-san, maybe you'll kind of fix me up with your sister. I just told her what to we're gonna have margaritas together. Oh, that's what let's get. We have fun. Oh, get a hubba going in the wee. And then just like that, we
So, as you can see, it is very effective. If you can apply a proper grip to the neck, it will disable 9 out of 10 neck-bearing species. This completes our program. Thank you.
Neck-bearing species. We've got to go find us some neck-bearing species then. Cool, so we've learnt some awesome martial arts skills now, so can go try those out on someone, some unsuspecting victim. So what we actually need to do here is we need to get into the shuttle bay, because we need to go and rescue Stella from wherever she's being held. So our kind of goal here is to break into the shuttle bay. So see if we can use our new technique to help us out with that. I'll just quickly save just in case. Okay. What have we got? So this guy here, he don't have a neck, so our new technique ain't going to be very effective on him. This guy here looks like he might have a neck, so maybe we'll try it out on him. See how that goes down.
Ooh, boy, I got you with my fingers in your Kurt Russell. Now you can't
Kurt Russell.
I got you now that you've got a hard to believe this is a real job. Oh my god. So how come you're not going down? I got you with your mumble jumbo and your hobbit chubby. Ooh, boy, if I only could, I would. Jeez, why don't you step outside, pal? I got you with this, and I think I broke a fingernail here.
I wonder if that was improvised.
This is some very fine food, whatever it is. I'm sure you'll find it quite to your liking. Heck, it's probably better than what they feed you janitors. Live it up! Oh, that darn light needs to be amplified. I need to contact maintenance.
Yeah, we seem to have gotten ourselves thrown in the brig. Ain't good. I guess that's what happens when you try to incapacitate a guard. We're gonna have to try and get out of here somehow.